Hello everyone, and welcome to this demo on demand. My name is Michael Pay, I'm the CTO of Concept Searching, and today we're going to be looking at concept searching support for auto-classifying content stored in file shares. Concept searching solutions can be used to process documents in any Samba or Windows file share. Today we'll be demonstrating this support, but in particular, the ability to identify changes to files in real time and write classifications directly to the source files without affecting the file's modified date. Legacy file systems are typically unmanaged, with very little thought going into cleanup and organization and optimization. In the longer term, this really makes their management increasingly difficult and expensive, and the problem's only exacerbated when we attempt to migrate our content, with a greater probability of exposing sensitive information, or simply just wasting money by migrating duplicate or unnecessary files. Concept searching leverages its unique compound term processing to identify documents that are about a specific topic or subject, based on an analysis of the document's content and metadata. These classifications can then be used to improve search, assist with e-discovery, or perhaps prepare for a large-scale migration. In all instances, though, a thorough analysis reduces risk, but in particular with migration, it enables us to test and validate our actions prior to the migration occurring, not after. So with concept searching, we can either use the categories to drive intelligent migration with a third-party tool, or we can use it to automatically drive migration with concept searching's built-in taxonomy workflow technology. But most importantly, we can use these generated tags to populate the document properties of our source files, and these properties can then be used to perhaps automatically populate managed metadata fields in SharePoint post-migration, or to remove manual steps with other third-party tools that operate on document properties, such as security classification products. To begin, let's take a look at how these tags are automatically applied to our documents. Taxonomy Manager is an advanced taxonomy management interface which provides a wealth of tools to allow for the creation of auto-classification rules efficiently, easily, and accurately. On the main form we can see some of the rules that have been created. In most cases, this is a set of vocabulary that allows us to recognize when a document is about a particular topic. If you'd like to see more information on these features, then please watch one of our other webinars or demos on demand, which focuses on demonstrating the advanced features within Taxonomy Manager, as well as our core technology. For now, I'm going to move across and take a look at the configuration of the functionality that writes these tags back to the source files. So here we have an example configuration which is designed to update our source files with tags from a few different term sets. And what it's also going to do is respect the SharePoint format to ensure that they're prepared for migration. The field names selected for each of the properties are matched to the field names in SharePoint, which we can see here. So what we're going to start with is just to demonstrate that the documents we're working with today don't currently have any additional metadata. I'm going to upload them to SharePoint. And what we would expect to happen during the upload process is that SharePoint will attempt to promote any matching metadata from the document properties. But as we can see, no metadata has been pulled from these files, and the managed metadata properties have remained empty. So we'll now continue on with our test and demonstrate how concept searching can enrich those document properties and automatically then promote that metadata into SharePoint. So what I'm going to start with is taking half of our document set, and I'm going to put it into one of the locations that's being monitored by concept searching. At this point, events are going to fire to notify the core services that new files are ready for processing. These will then be collected, indexed, and classified against the rules that we saw in Taxonomy Manager. And we can review the progress of these documents within our administration interface. So if I drill down now into the folder that we just dragged those documents into, we can see a status associated with each of those samples. And what we're expecting to see is that when they get to status 400, there will also be an orange tick, which highlights the fact that the metadata has been written directly to those document properties. So as I go back to the source folder, there are two important things to note. The first is that the modified date on the file has not been affected. And we can see that here with a modified date of 2013. The second thing to note is that if I take these documents and drag them into SharePoint, we will see that these ones have indeed automatically been enriched with additional metadata by concept searching, and that SharePoint is now able to pull that automatically out of the document and into the Manage Metadata fields in the document library. But one of the things that's a little bit of a shame about this process is that the modified date of these documents is now set to a few seconds ago. So what SharePoint hasn't done is maintained that modified date from the file system. So as a final demonstration, I'm going to combine this functionality with our built-in migration technology. So first of all, I'll start by cleaning up this library so we can see exactly what's going on as the new documents come in. And then what I'm going to do is take the remaining documents in our sample set and put them into another location that's being monitored by concept searching. So the same thing's going to happen as before. Events are going to fire and the core services will pick up these new documents and then begin the process of collecting them, indexing them and classifying them. And if we move across to the other location, we'll see that these indeed have been picked up and they're being slowly taken through the various stages. But what's going to happen in addition to the previous stage is that after the classifications have been written to the document properties, concept searching is then going to take those documents, move them up to SharePoint Online. It's going to maintain the modified date from the file system into the document library. And the final stage is it's going to take the original location on the file system and push that into the properties in SharePoint. So not only do we get all of the enriched metadata automatically available, but we also then have the original location the document was migrated from, and we also have the modified date being maintained into SharePoint. So if we refresh now, we can see that a number of them have actually been processed through, and the final stage of the migration is to delete them from the source system. So we can see now that all of the items that we moved into that folder have now been deleted, indicating that they've been successfully migrated. And if we go to SharePoint and refresh our SharePoint site, we can see our newly migrated content. And as we can see, one of the main benefits from using this methodology is that the modified date has been maintained, the original location is shown here, and that all of the metadata is available through automatic population. So I really hope that from these two demonstrations it's easy to see how powerful this functionality can be in terms of reducing costs and expediting auto-classification in new SharePoint environments, particularly when we're migrating content from our on-premise systems. So what we've seen today is the ability to easily tag content located in a Windows file share both quickly and efficiently. In particular, preparing the content for cleanup and migration. And I really hope this identifies how automatically tagging content can improve an organization's ability to organize their content, reduce costs, and ultimately reduce the risk of exposing sensitive information. That brings us to the end of our demo on demand today. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to get any more information on our other products or core technology, please visit our website at www.conceptsearching.com.